90% of the time when the Lord asks you to do something, He's preparing you for a big blessing by testing you before that blessing comes. Pass the test. No, the Lord might ask you to do something bizarre, especially if you're sent to help someone. The Lord might say, take all your money and give to them. You're thinking about your children. You're thinking about how you're going to pay your bills. The Lord is testing you. Pass the test. Jesus said to the rich man that wanted to follow after him, go and give your wealth to the poor. And that, the rich man came with the mindset that, Lord, I am a good man. I have a good heart. You know, I am ready to serve you. And the Lord said, but you lack one thing. And he said, what is that? Jesus spake in parable. Go and sell all your belongings and give to the poor. And he pulled back. He couldn't understand the parable. The Lord just tested him and he failed. More often than not, every time the Lord is about to bless you, He's gonna try you. 90% of the time. 90% of the time before the Lord hands something to you, He's going to test you. Pass the test. Now, if you walk by faith, you should understand that anything God says to you is going to be fruitful. Look at Isaac, for example. Abram was promised one son. The Lord said to Abram, go and kill that one son that I gave to you. Go and kill him. Abram never guessed. How bizarre is that? You gave me a son. And after you gave me a son, you're going to tell me to kill the son? But because Abram was a man of faith, he understood that anything God tells him to do, I might not understand it because the ways of God is not the ways of man. I might not see what God is doing, but if I trust God and do it, something wonderful is going to come out of it for me. So Abram took his one son, carried him to the mountain, and was about to slaughter him. And the Lord said, don't touch a strand of hair on his head. Because some people don't understand that there's a testing that you need to pass to get that blessing that you've been asking for. They fail to understand, so they fail it because they have to calculate, Lord, I'm going to be bankrupt. Lord, I won't be able to do it. I have to save till next year first. I have to throw some pardon. I have to get some backup. Because if I take everything and give to the poor, what will become of me? What will I have to feed my children? What will I have to pay my bills? But sometimes the Lord is testing your faith. He's testing to see if you serve me or you serve mammon. He's testing to see if you serve me or you serve your wealth. Can you walk by faith and not by sight? Faith cometh by hearing and hearing by the word of God. Somebody who needs more faith, you need more word from God. You need to read the Bible more, hear more words like these to build and increase your faith, to hold on to the things like Job in Jesus' mighty precious name. And if you are one of them who are saying you might fall in the 10%, because I said 90% of the time, and if you're one of them who is saying, what if you're the 10% that God might not have been testing and you do it and then you don't see the reward? It means that it's evident that you need more faith. Why do you think you'd have to be in the 10%? Faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. All right? Be blessed.